Welcome to today's Chronicles of Heroes. Episode 1, Whispers of Destiny, Humble Beginnings. Long before anyone knew his name, the story of William Folorunso Kumuyi began in the humblest of circumstances. His parents lived a life far from luxury, woven into the hard soil of survival that defined much of colonial-era Nigeria. His father, Mr. Gabriel Kumuyi Akinfenwa, was a simple schoolteacher, not the kind that taught in prestigious institutions, but the kind who stood before barefoot children in crumbling village classrooms, scratching lessons onto worn blackboards with broken chalk. His mother, Comfort Idowu Kumuyi, was a trader, rising before dawn to hawk basic wares, vegetables, cloth, small goods, at the bustling local markets, often returning late with barely enough earnings to sustain the family. They were not poor because they were lazy. They were poor because the system was unforgiving and the opportunities were few. The Kumuyis lived in a modest clay house, its tin roof rattling whenever the coastal winds blew too hard. There was no electricity to light the evenings. Instead, they relied on the flickering glow of oil lamps. Water was fetched from communal wells. Clothes were patched and repatched. Shoes, if you had any, were worn until they thinned like paper. Yet amid the scraping and striving, theirs was a house soaked in faith. Morning prayers rose with the sun. Evening hymns softened the sting of weary days. Mr. and Mrs. Kumuyi could not leave their children an inheritance of gold, but they were determined to leave them something greater, a legacy of integrity, discipline, and trust in God. Into this rough-edged world, on June 6, 1941, William Folorunso Kumuyi was born. No drums rolled at his birth. No village elder pointed to him as a chosen child. Just a new mouth to feed, another life to raise in a world where survival itself was an accomplishment. From a young age, William showed signs that he was cut from a different cloth. While other boys tore through the dusty streets barefoot, fashioning toys from scrap metal and discarded tires, William often sat alone, scratching at makeshift slates, puzzling over letters and numbers, asking questions that even the village elders found strange. He was curious beyond his years, serious beyond his size. His father's classroom became his playground. He would linger after lessons, tracing sums and words long after his peers had run home to play. His mother, between her struggles at the market, would whisper over him prayers too deep for ordinary days. Prayers that somehow sensed the weight of destiny pressing on this frail boy's shoulders. The neighbors barely noticed him. To them, William was just another boy from a struggling family, another child who would likely end up chasing trade, politics, or hard labor like countless others before him. But unseen to the world, in the shadow of poverty, a seed had been planted, a hunger for knowledge, a thirst for something eternal, and a flickering flame of destiny that no hardship could snuff out. The boy from the clay house, with patched clothes and bright, questioning eyes, would not stay hidden forever. Small blue diamond in the unseen realms, whispers were already stirring. Whispers that this forgotten child would one day rise to light a path for millions.